Kasongo ye Mombali nanga Kasongo.
By now, I can assure you guys, Gen Zs don't give two fucks. Because just the other day, the newly sworn in CS, William Kabogo, just announced that he'll be taking measures, regulations on social media and how Gen Zs are using social media. Tell me why. Just not even 24 hours after, there are now trending AI generated images of him. Like, oh, Gen Z, you guys are wild. You guys just can't stop. I think by now nothing can stop Gen Z. Nothing is going to stop Gen Z. Like, let's be honest, because everybody has tried. We have seen Museveni has tried to, like, the president himself, the deputy president, CSS, these other politicians, member of parliament. We have seen Oscar Sudi. We have seen Kimani Chungwa. Like, literally everyone has talked on it, but immediately they finish talking about the issue, Gen Zs immediately go online and generate these images of the ones who are trying to involve. Like, this thing is like a never-ending saga of the fight between Gen Zs and politicians, because it started with William Ruto, the president himself. It has now grown up to, we have seen it with Museveni. It has even crossed the border to Uganda. Like, the F? What is wrong with Gen Zs? You guys. Now, I just want you guys to see this video before we get into it. I want you guys to take a look at this video. There's this video of Ruto talking about Kabogo before he was sworn in as the president. Like, literally before, back then during his campaigns. Now, I want you guys to take a look at this.
Huyu mheshimiwa Kabogo, unajua ni rafiki yangu. Na Kabogo, kwa sababu ni rafiki yangu na ni rafiki yako, saa zingine ni mchokozi.
Now the point here is Kabogo alichokoza Gen Z, because even if the president himself is saying Kabogo ni mchokozi, yes, it's true, alichokoza Gen Z and he got his medicine. It has just started. If he talks again, I know they will get back, because the president talked again and again and they got back again. We have seen Museveni that shut up with the thing and they haven't talked back. So it's just a never-ending saga. Like, literally, I love this and I'm here for it. Like, Gen Z, you keep giving it and I love it. So here is how he was sworn in.
Being appointed a cabinet secretary of Kenya, do swear that I will at all times be faithful to.
This man is old. He doesn't even talk. Like, it's just. He looks like he has had enough. It looks like he doesn't even want to be here. The way he's just talking.
Republic of Kenya.
And you guys need to check the previous video I did. This video here, I did, and I talked about some big issues on the government. And I'm gonna repeat one of the things I did there. So you go check the video and when you come back, you will get it connected. So here we have Senior Ledamo Olekina. This guy, immediately after they sworn in the CSS, the old versions of CSS. This guy came online and he tweeted, "Stop recycling old politicians into state jobs and employ the youth." At William Ruto, this is the only way you will inject new blood and new energy into the economy. Now, this tweet, I love how this guy plays. Like, his choice of words, I just love it, and it's making a lot of sense, because tell me why they employed the new CS as, imagine, for ICT, they employed this guy William Kabogo, and this guy
what's your net?
Just ICTCS nominee William Kabogo's net worth is conservatively 3.01 billion. Like, net worth. And like, this guy is not even a million, he's a billionaire. Why does he need to be a CS? A CS doesn't even pay more than his net worth. Like, why does why does he need to be a CS? Like, this government is so effed up, because that is the reason why even the Gen Z can't listen to them. Because why? Tell me why? Like, we have many of the youth in this new generation. We have many of them who are willing to be this. Now they just went for somebody who is among the top richest people in Kenya. It's not the CS. Like, this is not even the net worth of the president per month. Like, okay.
In terms of assets, houses, land, cash, bank.
Residential houses, Mr. Speaker, my total net worth is about 700 million.
Just imagine, residential houses, like 700 million. That is not even next to the amount they are paid, the salary they are paid as a CS. Like, yes, it's close to, but it's just too much. Why does he need, like,
land and farm, about 756 million, Mr. Speaker.
Wow.
Cash and current assets of about 64 million, Mr. Speaker.
It's even confusing. Like, it's just a lot of money.
And interest and shares in companies, approximately 1.5 billion. So a total of about 3.01 billion, Mr. Speaker. Yes.
Imagine having companies that are productive to a net worth of 1.5 billion, and you are here just sitting elected as the new CS. Like, guys, does he even need this job? Like, you know, somebody even yes, they work for the good of the people, but also the salary motivates them to work. But somebody like Kabogo, somebody has a net worth of 3.0. It doesn't even need the job. It doesn't need employment from the government. He needs nothing. He's just comfortable where he is. Like, you guys just need to this government is just throwing out money for people who don't need money. It's just giving them, like, take this, add it on top of what you have. Maskini watabaki kuwa maskini na tajiri atazidi kuwa tajiri. Tunapigia makofi. Tushajua hawatujali. Imagine Gen Zs wako hapa pale TikTok wanatry kutengeneza zima AI videos nini, au wakitengeneza ya abduction, na mtu mwenye kuko kwa makampuni zake nigga doesn't give two fucks about what is going on, and he's just sitting in his whatever companies that net worth is 1.5 billion. He's just receiving a call. We need you as the new CS for our government, and your salary is going to be doubled. Obvious, you can't accept this small amount. Like, there's some people who own Kenya. If you're a Kenyan, just know people who own it. You're just there as a joyrider. There are obviously people who own this government. Actually, I saw this ICT CS nominee William Kabogo says his net worth is about 3.1 billion. I saw this video and I was like, okay, this one is making a lot. It's just speaking my mind. That's why I had this video. It's just speaking my mind. Take a look at it. It's just speaking my mind. How can I say it? He's speaking.
Mwananchi ama mwenye nchi. Si ati siku anajua Kabogo ni bombe, lakini hata wewe jiulize, mtu wako worth more than 3 billion anahitaji mboka kufanyia nini? Yaani jamaa ametekea akachoka, ndio mnamweka kwa Ministry of Technology. Wakati comrades wako busy wanasoma IT, ndio uzie kina Bumpy Smocha. This is so demotivating. Ni Kenya pekee utapata billionaire anabishania jobs za youthman. This is what you get when the executive controls.
One thing, I don't think even alibishania. He was just like appointed without even consent, and he was given a lot of money. Like, maybe let's assume the salary, the salary of the CSS is 1.2 million. I think he was doubled. His amount was doubled, like 2.4, because this guy cannot just come to work for the government and his net worth is 3.1 billion. Like, Why do I need that guy? Like his salary, I bet it was doubled. I just think
the three arms of government. The same people you woke up at 5 a.m. to go and vote for are the same people sabotaging the future. Jagu aliwashoaje? Maskini atazidi kuwa maskini.
Wallahi.
Zidi zaidi. Na bado aliwatoka.
Tell them the sheriff.
Now here we got the business of the day. So actually I just wanted you guys to know like what the F is going on, because that is so effed up. Like let's be honest. Gen Zs wako hapa wamekaa chini 24 hours wana generate AI images. Like they can't just give them the motherfucking employment. They're here employing this old retired, they're recycling this old politician. What for? Make it make sense. Now to the business of the day. Newly sworn in CS Kabogo wants social media critics. This is where the saga continues. It doesn't begin, it continues. The trend is going on. Yes, like the moment hii kitu ime relax hivi kidogo, hawa politicians from nowhere anaamka anayamsha. You Gen Zs, rudini kwa kazi yenu ya kugenerate these AI images. We need you guys. Like because the moment he started talking about it, the moment new AI images, new Kasongo, like should I say Kasongo because this is not Kasongo, but we have newly AI images of this guy.
It's okay. So in it, you put someone in a coffin and depict someone in a coffin. It may be fun at your age of 20. What happens when you're 42 and your son is 19 or 20 and someone puts you or depicts you in a coffin? Na mimi nataka tuanze mpango na nyinyi watu ya Citizen, because nyinyi mko,
I think these politicians are trying to force to make, they are forcing issues because they are trying to make it relatable to how the Gen Zs are treating the politicians with how they'll treat their parents. It's not related. Let me just say, it's not related. I've had that thing, like literally everyone is talking about Kipchumba Murkomen say the same concept. The president Kasongo said the same concept. Here you have this Kabogo saying the same concept. It's not relatable. It's not. These leaders are liars. Our parents are not liars. These leaders are corrupt. Parents are not corrupt. So don't compare. It's not relatable.
nataka tuanze mpango na nyinyi watu ya Citizen, because nyinyi mko widely listened to, mko na kila mahali. Tuanze kuzungumza na watoto wetu. We can use your channels to educate ourselves so that we know what you can do and what you cannot do. We have a country, we don't have another one, and we love this country. I hope I have answered you. Yes, sir. And I hope you will say hello.
It all started there. So he just like aligusia tu kwa vitu za Gen Z and the chaos erupted. William El Chapo Kabogo has regulated his hair. Like you guys tell me who this guy is. Look at these photos. He's now having dreadlocks. Like look at that. William Kabogo, I will regret social media. Then boom, these images start circulating. Like it's just funny because he's the new CS. He's trying to warn, and the warnings are responded with this. Like it's just funny because he wants to shut down social media apps in Kenya. Ataweza kweli? Gen Z, when will Gen Z ever stop with their saga? Because like you guys you guys are wild. You guys are wild. I'm not now. The other thing with this guy, there's a trend that this guy, like you've seen this clip here, El Chapo. They're calling him El Chapo. Now Gen Z have just given him names, and he said it himself. Like literally, I'm not a drug dealer. I only use Panadol, which is in my pocket. Kabogo. Now listen to this. This is where it is speculated where his income comes from, because in Kenya, even if you're a billionaire, tell me how many businesses you have. We know he's a bomber, like we know he's a Bombay, we all know that, but what kind of business are you gonna do in Kenya that is going to like generate an income of 3.01 billion? Like, okay, so listen to this
from the Honorable Junet. A question I have dealt with all my life since that fateful day when Professor Saitoti, the late, dropped names of MPs as suspected drug dealers. I want to say here on record, Mr. Speaker, I have never, ever dealt with drugs of any kind all my life.
okay,
Mr. Speaker,
but you kind of look like you're high, even even the parliament. This guy is just giving high energy.
Mr. Speaker, I do not imagine that Junet Mohammed was asking
wait
about
a minute.
I have some in my pocket with all my life. Mr. Speaker, this
not even Panadol?
Mr. Speaker,
that is a stupid ass question. What kind of question is that? This guy is talking about drug. We all know it's drug dealer because he has mentioned Saitoti. Like, what is wrong with this member of parliament? Like,
I do not imagine that Junet Mohammed was asking about Panadol. I have some in my pocket if it's just Panadol. But I know he's talking about hard.
You know what
he's talking about hard drugs, cocaine, and the rest. And this is a very disturbing subject, Mr. Speaker.
Cocaine, like he's just saying, in drug dealing, cocaine is top, and that is.
But I invite Kenyans also to have a look at the dossier that Mr. Saitoti brought to the House. It's a dossier such that, Mr. Speaker, if it was given to Inspector Mwala, it would not pass Mr. Mwala's table for a script. If, Mr. Speaker, at that point in time, and records speak here in this House, I fought vigorously the tabling of our names without a leave of the House, because the rules are such that if you are discussing the conduct of an MP, you need to move a substantive motion. But for that particular one, it went through smoothly as planned. But my point here, Mr. Speaker, the government or agencies, the police, did a thorough investigation, and they gave a temporary report a month later, which was tabled and is part of the records of this House, and they found that I was not culpable. I had never been involved in drug trafficking, and I had never been a driver of the Honorable Mao, as that dossier had said. I actually said, Mr. Speaker, on the floor of this House, that there is no need of anyone trying to do extradition proceedings to get me to travel to the US to answer these charges. I offered myself. They give me a one-way visa, and I'll take myself to any part of the world to answer charges of drugs. It's never happened. So the authors of that dossier probably didn't get exactly what they wanted, but what they got is messing with people's names.
Now here we go. He said it himself. Like we are listening. Like this guy is just trying to tell you
PABLO,
guys, just trying to give all the kind of evidence that he's not doing drugs, but it doesn't make sense because we're still talking about this thing. And remember the era of Saitoti. Saitoti is gone, like 1 decade or 2, but the story is still going on. Like, do you mean you're still doing it? But why? Why is it still the topic? And Saitoti was those eras of Moi. That was when Saitoti was the era of Kibaki, Moi Kibaki, not Moi, sorry. The era of Moi Kibaki was when Saitoti was doing all this kind of like exploring them. Why is he still talking about it? It means he's still doing it, and now like chini ya maji, because now here he goes with the Panadol, not Panadol, Pablo Escobar, El Chapo. He's saying it himself. El Chapo.
It has continued to happen. People talking about. You will find some of us are named.
Gen Zs are just
PABLO,
Gen Zs. They had it straight from the horse mouth.
But the truth be told,
okay, this guy is talking a lot.
I did take some people to court. If you remember, there was a program by Standard called something Mihadarati. I did take them, yes, but finally I got judgment against them and I was paid a little bit of money. But circulation is still happening. This is something
William Kabogo, I've never dealt with any drugs of any kind all my life. Yeah, never, I've never. And then boom, who are Gen Z? He talked about regulating social media. He warned Gen Z against creating AI images of politicians in casket. Now it's his turn. It's him in a casket of drugs. Gen Z, why you like? You guys are wild. I don't know who even gives you this kind of content. Like you're just sitting down thinking like, okay, let me generate him with a casket full of drugs. Like you guys are intelligent. Let me give it to you. You guys are intelligent. You all know what the fuck you're doing. You're just like you're a top gang, because look at this. He's sleeping on cocaine, heroin, mandrax, all those kind of what the fucking drugs. Wow. So guys, that was it. And what are your thoughts? Do you think Kenya leaders need to stop electing this new, stop putting this, recycling these old politicians? Because what are Gen Zs doing? What should we do? Even we have some millennials who are not like, I don't have any thoughts. I don't have think. Because what the fuck is going on here? Anyways, at least they are getting a reply from the Gen Zs. At least we have a backup. We have a backup system who are at least letting them know the F that is going on. Well, that was it. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Do you think Gen Z should stop? Or are you a Gen Z, you support the motion, the saga should continue up to 2026, up to 2027, because we are still waiting for elections? What are your thoughts? I actually love just how Gen Z respond. Not in a bad way, but I just love the way they respond. Because we can tell that now Gen Z are at least involving themselves in politics. Back then it was only these millennials, these matured people. Gen Zs were never in politics. But now at least we can see Gen Zs can have a talk, they have a say. Even if it's through AI images, at least they are cooperating in politics. Yeah. That is my thought. Because what else? What can you do if they're electing somebody if they're electing a CS, somebody who is older and has a net worth of 3.01 billion shillings? What do you expect? Like literally, that is so demotivating. If you think of being a politician, just give up. Just go for business, and even the business itself, it's just everything is just demotivating, and we're just gonna live with it and wait for 2027. And I saw a video, guys. I saw something that Ruto is planning to rule for 14 years. You guys need to tune in for the next video because this is going to be a banger. Hope to see you in the next one. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And through our means on the bio, link in the description box, you can support our channel. And hope to see you in the next one. Peace.